Continues to torment the hosts as they lead by 99 runs, losing 6 wickets. National Sports University Bill 2018 passed in the Lok Sabha. Presenting the bill, Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Rajyavardhan Rathore says university will focus on sports science, technology, management and coaching. PV Sindhu and B Sai Praneeth will be in action in the World Badminton Championship in China. Saina Nehwal and mixed doubles duo crash out in the quarters. Poor execution in shoot-off cost Rani Rampal-led team dearly as Ireland win 3-1 to reach semis of Women's Hockey World Cup. India's dream of breaking their 44-year-old last 4 jinx shattered. And Barcelona continue to spend big in the summer transfer window with Arturo Vidal set to move to Spain. Deal with Bayern Munich for the Chilean midfielder set to cost the Spanish champions £27 million. And now for our top story. England lose 5 early wickets on day 3 of the first test against India in Birmingham, when reports last came in host England in their second innings were 86 for the loss of 6 wickets. They now have an overall lead of 99 runs at lunch. Ashwin tormented the English batsmen to pick 2 wickets on day 3 to add to the overnight 1 wicket of Alistair Cook. Ishant Sharma picked the other 3 wickets to fall in the English second innings. England have scored 77 runs today, losing 5 wickets. Earlier on day 2, India were bowled out for 274 in reply to England's first innings score of 287 runs. And joining us in the studios is our sports correspondent Anil Thomas to tell us more about whatever happened on day 3. Anil, how would you look at the last, at how the wickets fell, about everything that happened on day 3?
Well, it's an interesting evening. Good evening, Rukma. It's an interesting evening there. You know, England at 70 for 3 looked very much in the driver's seat. And Ishant Sharma's spell, you know, just before lunch, just I would say half an hour before lunch, Ishant was introduced, and Ishant has paid rich dividends there, picking up 3 crucial wickets. England at, with an overall lead of 99, almost looked derailed on day 3 of this particular test match. And I think, from a position of strength, England putting 287 runs on board there, on day 1 and day 2, and now staring down the barrel at 99 for the loss of 6 wickets. I think it will be an uphill task for the English batsmen to put up, a fighting total there for India. Having said that, the Indian batsmen need to understand this particular wicket is not that easy to bat on. They will have to bring their A game on board if they are looking, to win or to surge ahead in this particular test match. But it's an interesting game. If you look at, we're not even 2.5 days old in this test match, and we've almost had 26 wickets gone in this particular opening test. So it's an interesting contest between bat and ball. I think there were sessions where the batsmen did the talking, but it's generally been a bowler's test match. And the way things stand, I would say India have 1 foot on the pedal looking at a win in that opening test match, but Indian batsmen and Indian bowlers need to finish up the job.
Right, and what about Ashwin's role in the second innings over the first? When you compare the two, how would you look at his performance?
See, if you look at Ashwin's, first innings, if you compare the first versus the second, I would say first, in the second, he had to bowl with the new ball. You're getting the new ball so early in the innings. He got that even in that first, but then, the manner in which he has managed to, outwit Alistair Cook in both the innings, and that also getting him bowled. It's, in the 22 times that the two teams have played against each other, now he's got him out on 9 occasions. So that's an interesting stat. It looks like Alistair Cook has some kind of a mental block when he comes down to play when he comes down to play Ashwin, and that's been the blessing in disguise for him. He's managed to torment him before, and he continues to do that in the initial part of the series. And if an opening batsman generally becomes somebody's bunny, in both the innings, what happens is it starts playing on your mind. And this is not a short series, this is a long series where you're playing 5 test matches. So you've got 10 innings there there where you need to come out and bat. And if it happens very early in the series, it somehow a batsman tend to get affected and the bowler feels confident. How does now Alistair Cook break the shackles will be interesting to watch in the series ahead. But Ashwin has been the standout bowler if you look at the first innings and the second before Ishant's come to the party. But the manner in which he is bowled in this particular test match, especially with the new ball, I think you got to give credit to the comeback, because many said that he is a bowler that generally clicks at home but doesn't click abroad. He's put at least some of those critics to rest, in this with the show that he's done in this particular opening test match in Birmingham.
And finally, how does one look at Virat and his knock in the first innings? Has he been able to lead from the front?
Well, it's been a knock, that set the tone for the series. If you look at it, if you look at Virat's 149, and if you look at the, the other 10 batsmen that batted out there, their scores don't add up to even, they don't cross the 100-run mark. That clearly sets the tone that, this particular batsman has been your standout performer and he's led from the front. If that happens at the beginning of a series, what happens is the captain commands the respect in that dressing room. He is the one calling the shots. And I would say this particular knock is different in many ways, because this was one where people were talking about Virat getting affected or Virat not being able to break free in London. And I think he's shown that what it means to be a captain and what it means to lead this particular side, because he's been that performer who set the set the tone in this particular series. And the manner in which he's played, if you see, there were initial spells where James Anderson bowled 10 overs on a trot where he kept quiet. There were 4 overs where that went maiden. He just kept moving there in the middle, trying to get his eye in. And once he set himself in, if you see the last 3 batsmen that played with him, a last wicket partnership of over 50, the other batsman has a mere contribution of 3. So that clearly shows the responsibility that he's taken as a batsman and as a captain. And when you're having a score of 287, and if one batsman scores 149, that's almost more than half the score that one particular batsman has taken through with his bat. So Virat has been the go-to man for India, and I think there was a lot of talk at the initial part of the series on how Cheteshwar Puchara missed a look in this particular test match. But the way in which Virat has performed, if this particular test match goes India's way, not many will question, the decision that Virat has taken.
Right, well, Anil, thank you so much for joining us on the show and for your invaluable inputs. Stay with us. It's time now for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
इस घर में अंडे देने से हमें कोई नहीं रोक सकता। मैं रोक सकता हूँ। तुम्हें पता नहीं हमें एडीज मच्छर जो फैलाते हैं डेंगू और चिकनगुनिया। मास्टर जी ने स्कूल में डेंगू मच्छर से बचने की सारी जानकारी दी है। अच्छा बच्चों, हमें चैलेंज जगह तो जरूर मिलेगी। नहीं मिलेगी। यहाँ तो पूरी इंतजाम है।
डेंगू की रोकथाम के लिए कूलरों के पानी को हर हफ्ते बदलें। बाल्टी और टंकियों को अच्छी तरह से ढक कर रखें। पूरी आस्तीन के कपड़े पहनें। मच्छर भगाने वाली क्रीम, कॉइल और अगरबत्ती का इस्तेमाल करें। डेंगू से लड़े मतलब डेंगू से बचे।
अरे सुनिए भाई साहब, जरा गाड़ी चेक कर लीजिए प्लीज। कई हफ्तों से आवाज कर रही है।
हाँ, अभी देख लेते हैं। मुन्ना मैकेनिक हाथ लगाते ही बता देता है गाड़ी का हाजमा। आप बैठिए। आपकी गाड़ी को टीबी हो गया है, ट्यूबरकुलोसिस।
क्या कमाल की बात कर रहे हैं भाई साहब, गाड़ी को भी कभी टीबी हो सकता है क्या?
इतना जानते हैं कि गाड़ी को टीबी नहीं होता है, लेकिन ये नहीं जानते कि कोई भी इंसान अगर 2 हफ्ते से ज्यादा खांस रहा है तो ये टीबी के लक्षण हो सकते हैं। इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ, याद रखिए, 2 हफ्ते से ज्यादा अगर आपको खांसी हो, बुखार हो, पसीना आ रहा हो, अचानक वजन कम हो जाए, तो ये सब के सब टीबी के लक्षण हो सकते हैं। इसकी जांच करवाइए और सरकारी स्वास्थ्य केंद्र में जांच मुफ्त है, एकदम फ्री। इंडिया वर्सेस टीबी, टीबी हारेगा, देश जीतेगा।
इतने सारे फल फूल, वाह कमाल है भाई।
सब शौचालय का आशीर्वाद है मिश्रा। 2 गड्ढों वाला नहीं तो शौचालय नहीं।
2 गड्ढे क्यों?
एक गड्ढा 5 साल में भर जाएगा शौच करते करते। उसके बाद लिवर को ऐसा घुमाओ और दूसरा गड्ढा खोद लो।
अरे दूसरी की क्या जरूरत, इसी को साफ करवा दो ना। टट्टी तो है।
ये टट्टी नहीं है, ये सोना है। अरे ये गड्ढा भरने के बाद अगर 1 साल बंद रहेगा तो यही छीछी सोना बन जाएगा,
यानी सोनखार।
इसे हाथ से उठाओ और खेतों में मिलाओ और शौचालय का आशीर्वाद पाओ।
अब तो मैं भी बनवाऊंगा 2 गड्ढों का शौचालय।
और ये भाभी जी को दो।
धरती का उपहार है मिश्रा। शौचालय हो तो 2 गड्ढों वाला।
इस घर में अंडे देने से हमें कोई नहीं रोक सकता। मैं रोक सकता हूँ। तुम्हें पता नहीं हमें एडीज मच्छर जो फैलाते हैं डेंगू और चिकनगुनिया। मास्टर जी ने स्कूल में डेंगू मच्छर से बचने की सारी जानकारी दी है। अच्छा बच्चों, हमें चैलेंज जगह तो जरूर मिलेगी। नहीं मिलेगी, नहीं मिलेगी। यहाँ तो पूरे इंतजाम है।
डेंगू की रोकथाम के लिए कूलरों के पानी को हर हफ्ते बदलें। बाल्टी और टंकियों को अच्छी तरह से ढक कर रखें। पूरी आस्तीन के कपड़े पहने। मच्छर भगाने वाली क्रीम, कॉयल और अगरबत्ती का इस्तेमाल करें।
डेंगू से लड़े मतलब डेंगू से बचे।
अरे सुनिए भाई साहब, जरा गाड़ी चेक कर लीजिए प्लीज। कई हफ्तों से आवाज कर रही है।
हाँ, अभी देख लेते हैं। मुन्ना मैकेनिक हाथ लगाते ही बता देता है गाड़ी का हाजमा। आप बैठिए। आपकी गाड़ी को टीबी हो गया है, ट्यूबरकुलोसिस।
क्या कमाल की बात कर रहे हैं भाई साहब, गाड़ी को भी कभी टीबी हो सकता है क्या?
इतना जानते हैं कि गाड़ी को टीबी नहीं होता है, लेकिन ये नहीं जानते कि कोई भी इंसान अगर 2 हफ्ते से ज्यादा खांस रहा है तो ये टीबी के लक्षण हो सकते हैं। इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ, याद रखिए, 2 हफ्ते से ज्यादा अगर आपको खांसी हो, बुखार हो, पसीना आ रहा हो, अचानक वजन कम हो जाए तो ये सब के सब टीबी के लक्षण हो सकते हैं। इसकी जांच करवाइए और सरकारी स्वास्थ्य केंद्र में जांच मुफ्त है, एकदम फ्री। India versus.
In the first innings, during this, Captain Virat Kohli played his marathon innings with 149 runs, leading his team from the front. While during this innings, he has made several records in his name. Since becoming captain, Virat Kohli has been riding the record chariot. He played a magnificent innings in the first test of the 5-match series against England at Edgbaston, becoming a captain with the highest record. He completed 7,000 runs as captain in international cricket on Thursday, a feat he accomplished in 124 innings, which includes his performance in tests, ODIs and T20s. Since becoming a test captain in 2014, Virat has managed 3,562 runs at an average of 67.20 while managing the team in 37 test matches. In ODIs, he has scored 3,059 runs in 49 matches at an average of 82.67, while captaining 52 matches. In T20 internationals, Virat has scored 174 runs in 17 innings with 445 runs at an average of 31.78, leaving behind West Indian legend Brian Lara in the fastest run-scoring form as a captain. Lara completed 7,000 international runs as captain in 164 innings. This makes it a difference of 40 innings between the two. Kohli has left behind even Sachin Tendulkar with his career's 22nd century. While Sachin scored his 22nd century in 114 innings, Kohli put it together in 113. In this case, the record is held by Sir Don Bradman, who achieved the feat in just 58 innings. Kohli, as a captain in England, has become the first Indian to score 149 runs in a first innings. Earlier, the record was held by Mohammad Azharuddin, who scored 121 runs in 1990. Team India captain Kohli has recorded 11 centuries and 4 half-centuries in Test cricket since 2016. Root, with 5 centuries and 4 half-centuries, is in second place. Virat completed his 1,000 runs against England in this test. As soon as Virat scored his 23rd century on Stokes' ball, he touched the figure. He accomplished the feat in the 15th test against England. During this period, he scored runs against the English average of more than 45. Kohli has scored 3 centuries and 2 half-centuries in the test against England. His best score against England now is 235 runs. Sports Desk, DD News. Windies batting star Chris Gayle has termed Indian captain Virat Kohli as the best batsman in contemporary cricket and said his innings on day 2 of the first test speaks volumes of his caliber. Our correspondent Tapas Bhattacharya spoke to the king of sixes, and this is what he had to say.
The boss of universe right now to talk on the India-England series. Chris Gayle, you have been seeing your friend and teammate in RCB playing a gem of an innings in the first test match. What do you have to say on that?
Fantastic innings. I think he played a superb innings based on the team position. He played a captain role as well. Put his team within the limits to actually give them chance to give themselves a chance to win the test match. And then third day is going to be crucial, though. And the third day is going to be crucial. Is how they go about it. And I think both teams, it's even Stevens at this point.
After those innings, would you say that he is right now currently in contemporary world the best batsman in the world?
He is. I think that's the ICC rankings. He's the #1 batsman right now. So that goes without saying.
And what is your take on the Indian team right now? And you have got 4 matches still to go, 4 test matches. How do you see this test match, this test series shaping up?
It's like I said, it's a long way to go. The first test is always important, but like I said, they did well to actually pull themselves back within this test match. Like I said, England is going to be a tough team to beat in England, but the weather condition can favour India spinners as well. So we see how they go about it.
So that was Chris Gayle telling us that it's going to be a difficult series. It's going to be a tough series for India, as beating England in their home ground is not going to be an easy task. With cameraman Sandeep, this is Tapash Bhattacharya, DD News, Delhi.
Many campuses around the nation and even beyond Indian borders. MOUs have been signed with International University for exchange of faculty.
इस स्पोर्ट्स यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर जितने भी कोर्सेज होंगे वो सभी कोर्सेज मणिपुर में चलाए जाएंगे और साथ ही एक ये प्रावधान भी है कि इस मदर यूनिवर्सिटी के आउटलाइन कैंपसेस दूसरे स्टेट्स में भी हो सकते हैं, न केवल स्टेट्स में हो सकते हैं बल्कि विदेश में भी हो सकते हैं। हम अपनी सोच को सीमित क्यों रखें कि सिर्फ हमारी जो यूनिवर्सिटी है सिर्फ देश में ही शिक्षा दे। हम अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी को ऐसे स्तर पे लेकर जाएं और उसके लिए हमने अभी नॉलेज गेन करने के लिए हमने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कैनबरा से MOU करा, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ विक्टोरिया से MOU करा और उससे जो करिकुलम है, जिस तरह के लैबोरेटरीज चाहिए होते हैं स्पोर्ट्स की, वो नॉलेज हासिल करेंगे। और यही नहीं कि सिर्फ कागज पे MOU है, ये भी निश्चित करा गया है कि उनकी फैकल्टी मणिपुर में आके रहे ताकि लगातार वो नियंत्रित में रखे ये सारा करिकुलम और आगे बढ़े और हम अपने यूनिवर्सिटी को अंतरराष्ट्रीय लेवल पे लेके जाएं।
The National Sports University will be located in Manipur. The university will promote sports education in areas of sports sciences, sports technology, sports management and sports coaching. It will function as a national training center for select sports disciplines and will be empowered to grant degrees, diplomas and certificates. The university will strengthen physical education and sports training programs as well. The central government will review and inspect the functioning of the university. It's time now for a short break. We'll be right back. More sports news ahead. Stay with us.
अच्छा बाबू, नमस्ते। देखिए, जानते तो सभी हैं कि ज्यादा तेल, चीनी या नमक खाना नुकसानदायक होता है, पर कैसे? हमें तो लगता है कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा थोड़े मोटे हो जाएंगे, बस चलेगा। हमें कौन सा फिल्म स्टार या ओलंपिक खिलाड़ी बनना है? पर अगर तेल, नमक या चीनी पे कंट्रोल नहीं किया ना तो हाई ब्लड प्रेशर, हार्ट अटैक, स्ट्रोक, शुगर की बीमारी, आंखों की खराबी, किडनी फेल, कुछ भी हो सकता है। और इन सबके चक्कर में परहेज ही परहेज, सिर्फ खाने में नहीं, आपकी पूरी जिंदगी में, रोजमर्रा के हर काम में। नुकसान समझ लिए ना, बस हो गया काम आसान। अब लगाइए दिमाग को काम पे और फिर देखिए उसका खेल, क्योंकि तंदुरुस्ती दिल से ज्यादा दिमाग का खेल है। आज से ही खाने में चीनी, नमक और तेल कम कीजिए।
हेलो, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि PFRDA की जमा राशि आपको मिले तो फौरन 30,000 रुपए आप जमा कर दीजिए।
अगर आपके पास भी कोई ऐसी कॉल या ईमेल आई है तो घबराएं नहीं, तुरंत पुलिस को सूचित करें, क्योंकि PFRDA आपके फंड रिलीज के लिए कोई भी पैसा नहीं मांगता और इसके खुद के एजेंट और एग्रीगेटर हैं। धोखेबाजों को तुरंत पुलिस के हवाले करें। PFRDA द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
उपभोक्ता फोरम में मामले दर्ज होने से कंपनी की इमेज खराब हो गई।
हमारा कस्टमर केयर उपभोक्ता की शिकायतों को ठीक से हैंडल नहीं कर पा रहा है।
तो क्या करना चाहिए?
हमें राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन के कन्वर्जेंस कार्यक्रम के साथ जोड़ना चाहिए। ऐसा करने से अगर कोई ग्राहक उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन पे हमारी कंपनी के खिलाफ कोई कॉल करेगा तो हमें भी ऑनलाइन उसकी सूचना मिल जाएगी और हम अपने ग्राहक की शिकायत दूर कर सकते हैं।
अच्छा सुझाव है।
राष्ट्रीय उपभोक्ता हेल्पलाइन के कन्वर्जेंस कार्यक्रम से जुड़े, इससे आपके ग्राहक खुश रहेंगे और कंपनी की साख भी बढ़ेगी।
इस घर में अंडे देने से हमें कोई नहीं रोक सकता। मैं रोक सकता हूँ। तुम्हें पता नहीं हमें एडीज मच्छर जो फैलाते हैं डेंगू और चिकनगुनिया। मास्टर जी ने स्कूल में डेंगू मच्छर से बचने की सारी जानकारी दी है। अच्छा बच्चों, हमें चैलेंज जगह तो जरूर मिलेगी। नहीं मिलेगी, नहीं मिलेगी। यहाँ तो पूरे इंतजाम है।
डेंगू की रोकथाम के लिए कूलरों के पानी को हर हफ्ते बदलें। बाल्टी और टंकियों को अच्छी तरह से ढक कर रखें। पूरी आस्तीन के कपड़े पहने। मच्छर भगाने वाली क्रीम, कॉइल और अगरबत्ती का इस्तेमाल करें।
डेंगू से लड़े मतलब डेंगू से बचे।
Welcome back after the break. 7th did not give Saina, seeded 10th, any chance as she won 21-6, 21-11 in 31 minutes.
And she's done it through.
Earlier, the Indian mixed doubles pair of Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Ashwini Ponnappa hit a roadblock to get knocked out at the hands of top seeds Chinese pair. The world number 40 Indian pair lost in straight games to top-seeded Chinese pair of Zheng Siwei and Huang Yaqiong 21-17, 21-10. All eyes will now be on B-Sai Praneeth in the men's section and PV Sindhu in the women's draw to keep the Indian flag flying high. And we go back once again to our guest in the studio, Anil Thomas. Well, Anil, how do you see Sindhu's match and her chances in the World Championship at this stage when the Indian contingent, as we said in that report, is definitely having a bad day in office?
Well, Sindhu will have to bring that A game to the court. This particular opponent, the Japanese opponent, has troubled her time and again before. And if you see the head-to-head record, not much to choose between the two. 11 meetings, 6-5 is how it stands. So, it's going to be an uphill task for Sindhu because, we are getting into that, I would say too early to say, but we're getting into the Asian Games and we've got the Olympics in 2020. So people are, the big players in the, world of badminton are slowly going to, start looking at, how their planning and preparation for the, the Olympics in 2020. But this particular World Championship, we've seen many surprises, and I would not be surprised if for sure it's going to be a 3-game outing between the two. Having said that, I would say that Sindhu needs to be keeping her A game on board today if she is looking for a place in the semi-finals. If there are any drops and if this particular game goes into a third game, which seems to be Sindhu's Achilles heel, it could be anybody's outing there in the middle in China.
Well, Anil, that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for joining us on the show and for all your inputs. Well, in hockey now, India's dream of breaking their 44-year-old last four jinx lay shattered as Ireland registered a 3-1 win via shootout in the quarter-final of the Women's Hockey World Cup in London on Thursday. Poor execution in shoot-off cost India dearly as skipper Rani Rampal, Monica and Joe Kaur failed to get past Irish goalie Aisha McFerrin. Reena was the only scorer for India in the shootout, even though Indian goalkeeper Savita produced 2 saves in the shootout to keep her team in the hunt. It was not enough as Ireland scored through Roy Singh, Upton, Alison Lee and Chloe Watkins to make their maiden World Cup semi-final.
Almost onto a backhand.
Barcelona have agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich's Arturo Vidal, with the 31-year-old Chile midfielder set to cost the Spanish champions £27 million. The 31-year-old player was part of the Juventus team that lost the 2015 Champions League final to Barcelona before moving to play under Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich. He is a part of Chile's golden generation, which won the Copa America twice, as well as a league winner in Chile, Italy and Germany. He has also been as Barcelona's replacement for the departed Paulino for his physical presence and scoring contribution. And well, that's it in this edition of Sports News. Until we meet again, it's goodbye. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.